Welcome back to the channel. I have something real neat for today's video. I'm going to be unboxing the new OSight from OLight, those flashlight people if you're unfamiliar with the name. I picked up the red dot, but they also have a green option if you'd prefer that. OLight claims this is the first optic with a cover that charges your optic, and yes, this optic is rechargeable. OLight claims that you can get up to 70,000 hours on a single full charge on the low setting, but you aren't going to run it on low now, are you? So if you run it on high, they say you'll get 17 days on a full charge. It does have a shake awake feature and an active light sensor, and if you use both of those options, you'll probably see good battery life between charges. I sat on this all day waiting for it to release so I could snag one up. When I saw OLight was coming out with an optic, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get one to check it out. So yes, I did buy this myself. OLight didn't send it to me or ask me to review it. But I did get some cool goodies with this one. Included was this founder's coin, a nice little keychain dude, and a keychain flashlight, which was included as a free gift on random order, so looks like I just got lucky. I grabbed the red version, and I'm going to be giving this a full review later on. I need to decide which pistol I want to put this on, but once I do, I'm going to be getting this to the range to see how it holds up compared to others like the Holosun 507 Comp and the Trijicon RMR HD. So, what's in the box? The packaging itself is kind of nice. It has a sturdiness to it, and I think they really put some thought into the representation here. This is nicer than some boxes cell phones come in. Open it up, and right on top is the optic and the charging cover, nicely displayed in the foam packaging. And if you pull this tab here, there's a nice little note from the OLight team, and some cool little touch. You don't really get that from other manufacturers. The optic is smaller than I thought it was going to be honest. Watching a few videos, I thought this was going to be more along the size of the Holosun 507 Comp, but it seems to be more like a 507C with a slightly taller squared window. But it does seem like a nice size for EDC, and it doesn't have much weight to it. It is 7075 T6 aluminum, so it should still have solid durability. On the top, you can see this strip, and this is where the chargeable cover, which is this piece, it's not a Zin, don't eat that or anything, connects to allow it to charge. It's secured by magnets, so it doesn't get loose and drop the charge, but it doesn't seem difficult to get out, and if this is sitting on a pistol, it'll come off real easy, I think. But I am curious how the charging panel holds up to long-term use. If you're going to be running this optic hard, it would be smart to think about this. If it gets scratched up from use, maybe your belt buckle rubbing on it, or if you drop it, how much damage can it take before it stops accepting a charge? The charging cover, according to OLight, can charge the optic from 0 to 100% 3 times before the cover needs to be charged. On the back of the cover is the USB-C port, which is pretty much industry standard for electronics now. The top cover has a display that lets you know how charged your optic is, so you know where it's at and when it's fully charged. You can't plug the optic itself in, so don't lose the cover. But you also have a light on the side, located right between the buttons to let you know how charged it is as well. Green, yellow, and red to let you know how much life you have on the fly, and it makes it easy to see when you need to throw it on the charger. Speaking of these buttons, they aren't big, but they are big enough they're easy to use, and they have a nice click when you press them. Flipping it around to the front, I mentioned earlier there was a light sensor, and this is it right here. Great move putting it on the front because you want it to adjust to the light you're looking at, not the light you're standing in. So I'm going to test that out and see how it performs. Getting back to what's in the box, if you remove the foam the optic and cover we're sitting in, you'll find the owner's manual. And this thing folds open like a map. It's not a book style, and I really prefer the book style like Holosun or Trijicon will send you. But it does have a lot of great info. It's not blurred or smudged, and it doesn't look like it was printed cheap. The font is small, but not that bad. Under the manual is the safety warnings disclosure if you want to check that out. Then under that, you'll find 3 separate boxes. One for your charging cable and optic tool for mounting and adjusting your windage and elevation when you sight it in. Another box that has your screws for mounting. And a third box that has a cloth travel pouch so you can throw your charger and cover in it and toss it in a bag or backpack if you're traveling, or a range bag, or just to keep it organized and safe from the stuff in your junk drawer in between charges. I'm really excited to try this out on the range and see how it holds up long term. I think the biggest benefit to this being rechargeable is the convenience it offers by not having a battery to replace. With some optics, you have to remove the optic to access the battery, and when you do that, you need to, or well, you definitely should be, confirming your 0 after putting it back on. Because there's no battery and no need to remove the optic, you can save your time, ammo, and money since you aren't buying replacement batteries. So what's the footprint? What does this mount to? It's designed with an RMR footprint, which is great news if you have a slide direct milled for an RMR footprint, or if your adapter plate is for the RMR footprint. You don't have to hassle with getting an adapter to mount this. Given how common this footprint is, I'm sure the odds are high you fit the category. It also has 12 brightness settings, 10 daylight and 2 for night, which gives it a wide range of lighting conditions it will work well in, especially if you choose to use the auto brightness setting. With the manual brightness setting, there is also a lockout mode, so you can set it and forget it, and it'll be whatever brightness you selected regardless of the light you're in or looking at. It does seem like it has a small magnification to it though. It's not much, but you'll notice it for sure. I don't know, I think it's neat and super innovative. Regardless of what you think of the OSight now, if this technology takes hold, it's only going to improve, and who knows where optic technology will be 10 years from now. But hey, I'm just some guy on the internet, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about a rechargeable optic? Would you trust it for everyday carry? What's your go-to EDC optic? Let me know in the comments. I'll catch you guys on the next one.